Hi everyone, I am Dani Bowman. I am the founder and chief creative officer of Danimation Entertainment. And welcome to the Academy of Dream Awards at the International Animation Festival.
Hello, I'm back.
So we have our host, Brian Neil Hoff.
Thank you.
Just first of all, I would like to say thank you so much for having me be part of the Academy Dream Awards panel. I am the so thank you so much for having me be the curator once again, and also thank you for bringing this this amazing film festival to life. You've worked so hard.
Oh, thank you, Tammy. I really super appreciate it. Yeah, this almost didn't happen this year. There was a lot of things in my life. My partner passed away 4 months ago. So this is in his memory. I'm here. And Dani is really special to me. In the first year of the festival, I got in touch with her through a group called Art of Autism. And I was just blown away by the fact that these animators that were autistic had developed skills to create their own work of art through animation. And Dani just was a star. So I'm going to let her take over, because she's going to moderate this panel here with the guys. So she can introduce everybody and talk about it, and let her just do this. But I just want to give a round of applause to everybody here for being here today. And Dani, take it away.
All right, thank you so much, Brian. So all the films in the block were created by people with different abilities, including autism. Like the filmmakers in this block here, I am also differently abled. I have autism. That's one of the reasons why I've started Danimation Entertainment, because I know a lot of us are gifted in the visual arts, and that skill is required in the animation industry. So I knew I could help others like me and enter into the animation industry, and I want to show them that animation can be a great career choice. Over the past 10 years, my company has illustrated and published 6 books and premiered 9 animated shorts, a PSA, and a music video at San Diego Comic-Con. Also, for the past 8 years, I traveled around the country teaching animation to youth on the autism spectrum, as well as every Saturday during the fall and spring semester in based schedule in Los Angeles, California. Last year, I received my bachelor's degree of fine arts in animation, and now I'm currently working to get my MBA in global strategy and leadership in May 2020. This will help me further develop my company. My parents were told never expect anything from me. So you see, anything is possible. Don't ever give up, just keep on going. I am very proud of the hundreds of my students who are differently abled, but today I am especially proud of my 2 students who are presenting their films here. Zoe Ramos, who unfortunately cannot be here today, and it's her birthday. We just want to say happy birthday to Zoe Ramos. Zoe's a special person to me because I have been mentoring her for the past 2 years. Her film is called The Indiana Cheese Muncher, but unfortunately, due to time constraints, we could not show the Indiana Cheese Muncher for this year's festival. And we have Faith Butterfield and her sister Grace. Their film is called The Perfect Circle. A couple of years back, Faith started as a class exercise. Then Faith and her sister Grace continued to work together and to develop their film on their own. Great job, Faith and Grace, for finishing this. In addition to The Perfect Circle, we will show a block of films from Exceptional Minds. And now we're going to also, and now Howie Hoffman will tell you a little bit more about his program. So take it away. After a few words from Howie Hoffman, explaining his program, we will have a Q&A with a couple of questions for the panel. And if we have time, we'll take some questions from the audience. Here's Howie.
Thank you, Dani. Glad to be here for my third straight year and our third straight year at Exceptional Minds, representing Exceptional Minds. We are a nonprofit, LA-based professional training academy and studio for animation and visual effects. And I'm here today with John Clark, who produces much of the work in the animation studio, and with my artist, one of our studio artists, Andrew Turney, who's represented in the block of animation that you're going to see. We have several many filmmakers that aren't here because they're out on winter break or working in the studio, and so you'll see a block of their movies. Among that is a block of Exceptional Minds promos. So we had them do station IDs like they used to do for MTV and all the networks do. And Andrew's movie is an Exceptional Minds promo that ends with a cake, and the icing on the cake has the Exceptional Minds logo. There you go.
That's great. Right. So right now I'm going to ask a couple of questions to these filmmakers. The first question is, what got you into animation?
Well, it started out with me being inspired when I watched plenty of animated feature films or cartoons on screen, even though I started out as a regular artist. But ever since I got to EM, I learned how to do animation. That's how it started.
I'll pass this on to Faith and to Grace as well.
Well, my name is Faith Butterfield. Well,
Daddy, take it.
Well, it's okay, but sorry for the technical difficulties.
No problem, Faith.
Well, I started animation when I was 3 years old. I loved cartoons since I was a little girl. One of my major inspirations was Bruce Timm, who also did Batman the Animated Series and Justice League on Boomerang, was originally on Kids WB and Cartoon Network. And I started watching Looney Tunes because it was one of my sources of my artistic inspiration that I come from, which are my other idols are Genndy Tatarvorsky, who did Samurai Jack and Dexter's Laboratory in Hotel Transylvania. And I want to tell you my story. I started animation when I started taking classes from Dani, who I wanted to be an animator and follow in the footsteps of my idols that I want to become today, and and they're passing on to the next generation, including us. Yeah. Because we are going to be the next generation for many years to come.
So you have something to say with Faith, and how did she get involved?
Well, I'm not an animator myself. Faith pretty much spelled it out herself. I most of all got started writing for Faith's animation when she started learning how. And it's been a really interesting journey from there. There's been some ups and downs, definitely. But overall, it's been transformative for the most part.
You got it, Grace. So that's what makes animation very special. It's doing animation is not just about animation, but it's really about collaborating together and putting in your niche and what combines it. That's the beauty of animation, from like development, pre-production, production, and post-production. Now the next question is, what inspired you to make this project or film?
Well, actually, I wasn't inspired. I was actually assigned by Exceptional Minds for this. Well, it was just me doing the cleanup animation while Nassim did the character design and the background design. That's all.
That's a good answer. Faith and Grace?
Well, I started the Perfect Circle when I was learning how to do squash and stretch with shapes, which are the foundation of animation, which is one of the 12 principles that I mentioned. And after that class for 3 weeks in 2016, I decided to start my own story, which is based on inclusion, because I'm joyful and happiness, because I want to spread the message of someone being included in an equal society, like Eli the Ellipse, who was forced into exile, then he came back just like Simba in The Lion King.
So basically, Faith had this assignment for animation she just mentioned about like the squat and stretch circle. And so she wanted to make a storyline for it based on inclusion, which I sort of wrote out into an arc. And essentially, the three main themes I would say about it are perfection, and whether or not that really exists, and how that drives innovation. Inclusion, of course, and basically the cycles of society, how society can change by exploration of new, different ideas.
Okay, we're open up a little bit of questions. Any more? Okay, so we have a little bit of time.
Yes.
So you've got one question.
Yes. First of all, I want to say I'm so excited about what I've seen today. You're all just, just wonderful. Can we give them a big, big clap? Yeah. This is so awesome. I'm so proud of each of you. My question is, with anything that you achieve in life, what is your dream, your goal? What do you want to accomplish? I taught tennis. Now I'm teaching pickleball. It's very, very popular in the Coachella Valley area, especially among mature people, but it's certainly getting popular among younger people as well. So, my goal was to be the best I could be in tennis and to go to the U.S. Open or whatever. What is your goal?
My goal is to be an animator and follow in the footsteps of my idols.
Okay, that's a great question, Faith. So, do we have any more? Okay.
Let Andrew answer it. What's your goal?
What is your goal?
What she said.
Well, that explains it. Any more questions?
What about Grace?
Grace? What about for Grace? Okay.
Grace,
How about for you?
My life's goal is basically live without regret, and whether or not that's writing or doing something else, I just want to live as happily and peacefully as possible. So.
Right.
So, anybody have any questions before we start rolling? Okay.
Thank you, Dan.
We've got one question from guy in the Simpsons hat.
Simpsons jacket.
Simpsons jacket too.
Hi, I'm Glenn. And I had a question. Whenever I start a creative project, I have a vision that really captures my imagination and my attention. But invariably, when I start a project and when I complete a project, the project is always different than my original vision. Are these projects that you're presenting, did they change, or how did they change between your first initial inspiration and the finished product?
Okay, so one of the answers that Faith.
Well, I really want the perfect circle to help change society of someone else that's looking different, who was born different in a society, like in a circle tribe, that it was considered a taboo in their culture, and he was forced, and once it's during the ceremony where he was forced into exile and learned something new, and he came back again.
That's beautiful.
That's great. It's like a hero's journey.
Yeah, so that was exactly what it was. But in the beginning of the project, actually, it had a lot of a darker tone to it than like when it was written out. But now, like with more Faith's influence in animation, it's become a lot sort of like lighter, I would say, than it was before. But the main themes are still in there. They haven't changed all that much. So,
They're serious things.
yeah.
Well, for me, my work didn't exactly change. It's all the same to me.
A lot of the work, I think the answer depends on whether you're doing independent films versus paid work. And a lot of what we do in our studio, when we're not on paid work, they do independent films. And these blocks of Exceptional Minds promos were sort of independent, but really assigned to them. So they're storyboarded out ahead of time. Andrew's very much a planner. He does a lot of character design. He does a lot of cleanup for what we do there. And so when they do their independent films, we like them to have the story in line and a payoff. And my own work, I've always ended up very close in a way way to what the original vision is. But there's, because of their imaginations, because they're great at creating these parallel universes, there's usually a lot of, like Looney Tunes, unexpected things that happen as they go, and there's different solutions to different problems as they come up. So I think for the most part, we're really big when we're doing a job on budget and on time. We worked for Special Olympics, we worked for Sesame Street. They have to be pretty planned out. But in the case of Andrew's Exceptional Minds promo with the cake, I think it was planned out, and then the art direction did it as you went, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Danny?
Okay, so I guess this wraps up. So it's about time to see the perfect circle and the Exceptional Minds reel. So hit rolling.
Thanks, you guys, for coming. So after the screening of these two short films, for just a brief time, we're going to give an award to Howie. It's going to go into Exceptional Minds. We have the trophy here, so we're going to be presenting them, and Danny is going to present it to him. So after this segment, it's about 25 minutes of animated short. So hope you enjoy it. Thanks for.
All right. Thank you so much, and enjoy.
All right. Very good. You did a great job.